Hey guys, it's MongolianMindset, and today we're going to be helping one of our members find their personality type. You don't have to go into any like details of trauma or anything that you don't feel comfortable with, but what you say we will be using to kind of find the best fit type. Um, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Sharnall. I'm 28. I live in Las Vegas. I grew up in Anchorage, Alaska, actually. Um, and I do customer service for work, which I don't really care about. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, like, right now, I'm trying to figure out how to design my approach, I guess, to like how I make money and how I work. Um, Yeah, I've never really been good at the introduction part.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What do you want to be a member for?
What do I want to be remembered for? I kind of want to be that person in my family that shifts the direction, like the negative direction that we've been going. Kind of want to be known for like overcoming negative patterns um, with my children, as far as like a legacy goes.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
In the next 5 to 10 years, it's kind of hard to see that far ahead. Um, I would hope that in the next 5 to 10 years, I could be like self-employed, um, like financial freedom, settle down with a family, just enjoying like the smaller things in life.
Okay. What are your goals for 2023?
My goals have been like I've had fitness goals, goals to like really change my lifestyle as far as like drinking, smoking, having more friends. Um, and that's the thing, like I do find myself like the person I want to be versus the person I am. Like there's a huge gap. And
Mm-hmm.
so, when I think about my goals, I really haven't reached them. Like, at the beginning of the year, everyone writes down their New Year's goals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, those were my goals was like fitness goals and like strengthening my aura and stuff like that.
Okay, well, what do you think you have problems with your not meeting your goals?
I don't know. I think it's the like the execution part, like maybe the environment as well. Like I don't think my environment really nurtures the person that I want to be.
Okay. What would be your ideal environment?
My ideal environment would probably be one where it's like, well, so for example, like I have roommates. I live with other people, so I feel like there's a lot of like each person has their own influence on the environment, and I guess just being around people who don't have similar goals. And I guess an ideal environment would either to be around people who are on the same path or just be around nobody at all. Like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If you could have any job in the world, no restriction, what would you want and why?
Any job in the world, I don't know, because I used to think that if you did something that you were passionate about, that it would be easier to do, but I did that and it was still like very difficult to stick with. But it would be something like when I was younger, I used to want to be like a paramedic, but the ones that like jump out of planes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I honestly don't know what my ideal, if I could do anything, what would it be? I really don't know.
Mm, okay. Let's see here. Um, hmm. What are what's something that stresses you out?
Something that stresses me out, I don't like being rushed. I don't like being, of course, yelled at, but like on a day to day, like having to be somewhere where I don't want to be, or like, the sense of urgency, that stresses me out.
Mm, okay.
Thoughts?
Hmm? What you say, Shirley?
I said, what are your thoughts on authority?
What are my thoughts on authority? I don't like authority. I feel like I don't know. It's kind of like too much of a general question. Like, could you be a little more specific?
So, like, just your people that are superior to you or telling you what to do, like, that bother you, or you ever have conflicts in your personal life?
Yeah, I don't like being told what to do, especially like if I'm not sure why or if I feel like there's a better way to do something. Um, and then I feel like, especially with parenting, I feel a lot of parents are authoritarian, which I feel like can be harmful at times.
Um, what is a skill that you've always had that you feel separates you from somebody else?
Um, a skill, like I've always been able to like find really like, to me it's very valuable information. Like I've always had a knack for finding like ancient books or like ancient texts, and really being able to understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been like really gifted as far as it comes to like being smart, I guess. But the problem is I have a hard time like relaying that information to people. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a skill that I kind of only have within myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna ask you again. If you had to bet on a skill to outcompete other people with yourself, what would it be?
Hmm.
I'll give you an example. If I was to bet on myself, it would be focus. I don't think anyone can focus as hard as I can. If I zero in on something, it's dead. And I don't think anybody else can do it as best as I can. And I would bet on that anywhere. Okay. So what would you do?
I think maybe kind of reading situations like when you say a skill that I have that I could beat anybody in a competition, like in general, I feel like I could beat anybody in a competition because I could see like like a loophole, or I could see something that somebody else might not see and be able to win. Does that make sense? So like being able to like analyze the situation and kind of use it to come on top.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. If you had three wishes, what would you wish for and why?
I would wish to like reincarnate with like all my memories, because I feel like if I had all my knowledge from the past, I can make better decisions. Also maybe to have access to like all the resources in the world. Like if I could have access to resources to do whatever I need to do or want to do, then you know that kind of eliminates a lot of the process of trying to do stuff. My third wish, I don't know, maybe like good health, something like that, like perfect health.
Mm-hmm. Perfect health. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, let's say, what was your best job?
What was my best job?
Best job, like, what was the best job you've ever had? Like, for you, like, let's say, and why do you think like you were so good at that job?
Oh, what? Okay, because like I'm good at all of my jobs. Like every job that I've done, I've always been like top. But as far as like what I had the most fun with or
Mm-hmm.
something,
Yeah.
I used to work for this catering company and we served the firefighters in the state of Alaska. And so we traveled across the whole entire state. And I really liked that because we were going from like, these really beautiful sites
Mm-hmm.
back and forth. You know, that
Mm-hmm.
was the one I enjoyed the most.
Okay, and why do you think you were good at that job?
Um, why was I good at it? Well, what got me the promotion was like they had a really we served lunch and it was taking the production team forever to get the lunches and I reduced the production time by like 50% and it was just nothing but like trying to figure out how to do it more quickly. Um, but as far as something I'm good, like I'm really good at sales, even though I'm not necessarily a people person. Like I've always done top in sales, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. How's your normal weekend?
Um, I would like to just relax at home, just like really simple, just cook, hang out with the kids, play games. Like that would be my ideal weekend.
Okay, okay. Take it back to when you were 20 years old. What was the ideal week? What was the weekend like?
When I was 20,
Mm-hmm.
well, I had my son when I was 18, so it was similar. More outdoors. Like we would ride our four wheelers, our snow machines during the
Mm-hmm.
winter, fishing, stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. Hmm.
Excuse me, I'm gonna open this door really quick.
Okay. Okay. So how do you go about learning new things?
I guess I just read about it. I just do a lot of research first. And then I kind of just compare it to everything that I already know. Um, Also, I guess I kind of try to find work that's related to what I'm trying to learn. So, like for example, I got really into like suicide prevention. Like there was a suicide in the family, and like I had no idea about it. And so I just went into this deep dive, learning everything about it, and then I kind of capped it all off by like working in that field.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of when I felt like I learned all that I could learn about it, I just moved on to something else.
Okay. Okay. Um. Well, okay. Hmm.
What are three things people would say about you and three things you'd say about yourself?
Yeah, I've asked people this. They've said I'm adaptable. They'd say I'm kind of funny. They'd say I'm really nice. Um, but then how I see myself, like, I don't really see myself as somebody who's like really nice, like, or as compassionate. I think I really had to develop compassion, but yeah, they would say I'm smart. They would say, like I'm good with people or I'm easy to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. How let's see. So walk me through how you came to the conclusion of how to being able to reduce the time by 50%. That's interesting.
Um, well, there was like a team of us, and so basically at the end, what we ended up doing was just making a big assembly line. So I can't remember how it was going before, but we just like we put a whole bunch of tables together, and then we just had one person put in the apples, one person put in the sandwiches, and
Mhm.
did it like that. Yeah. And I didn't do it alone. Like I had I had a partner at the time.
Okay. Okay. Um, do you find it pretty easy to understand people and why not?
You see, I thought I did, but I don't think I do because I see that people can read me pretty easily, but I can't necessarily read them that well. I don't know why I can't really read people that easily, but with my training, like I've learned how to kind of listen to people's needs and stuff. I guess that was probably always the problem was like being able to be present with people because I'm always like thinking about something else in my head while something else is going on in front of me.
What do you think about?
It could be anything. It could be my current interests. It could be something that happened earlier today. It could be something like I want to happen in the future. You know.
Okay. Shirley,
What
say something.
question? Uh, sorry, trying to think of a good question for you. Um, how do you feel about like performing in front of people or like being watched?
I probably avoid it at all costs, even though I know like I do I could be very good at it or like a part of me feels like I should be able to perform in front of other people. Like so for example, I kind of want to pursue comedy, but then at the same time, like I know I'm horrible at telling stories, and then I know I'd have to stand in front of people. And so, if it's like a presentation, like something with that I practice like repetitively, I could do it no problem. But performing in front of other people would probably be like my kryptonite. Yeah.
How do you feel once you fail in front of other people?
If I fail in front of other people,
Mm-hmm.
it would be embarrassing. Definitely.
Okay. Um, man, what got you into typology?
I've always kind of been into typology, like astrology, etymology, typology,
Mm-hmm.
um, Taoism. What's the other like a couple other divinations, sciences. Like to me, like these type of things have always been like some of my first interests.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Mhm. So
I
what
guess
like what brought you to typology? Like, like what like made you feel like, just
yeah.
what piqued
I
your
don't know.
interest?
I guess it falls under the umbrella of like self development or self improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I have a lot of questions that most people don't have the answers to.
Mm-hmm.
And um, yeah, so I'm really trying to, because I could see certain things about myself that are becoming an issue or that are like like a barrier to what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's the surface answers like, oh, you got to create habits, or like, oh, you got to do this. And then there's
Mm-hmm.
like, but like in actuality, like the nuances of like building a habit or something like that, or like, and then I wonder, am I like, should I just focus on my strengths versus like, do you developing those weaknesses?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what really got me into it is trying to trying to just like get to know myself better, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Um, how do you do in a noisy environment?
Um, I don't like it. I try to eliminate the noise. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
noisy environments.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell everybody shut up.
Yeah. Like, how do you do in a chaotic environment? Just asking.
It really just depends. Like it just really depends like what the environment's asking of me. But in general, like I don't particularly like it. Um, but if I have to do something, I have to do something.
Okay. What is something um you would tell your younger version of yourself?
I would probably try to tell myself to make some better decisions. Like, um, maybe like consider the consequences of doing something before I do something, or be careful about the people that I hang out with or I choose to be around.
Mm-hmm. You feel as though like you didn't have consequential awareness or something.
Yeah, probably. Like I didn't realize the things that I did would lead up to where I'm at now. Or,
Oh wow.
right.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. If you could travel to any time period, where would you go and why?
Probably sometime in the future where I feel like people are more evolved, like technology is better. Um, people's consciousness is a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like it's not as what's the word? Not bombarded, but I can't think of the word right now. But yeah, probably the future, like where we're traveling to
Mm-hmm.
different places and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Um,
What do
what
you
was
think the problem with humanity is?
I'm sorry, cut out. Shelley, what'd you say?
I'm sorry. Um, what would you say the biggest problem with humanity is?
The biggest problem. Hmm. I was just probably maybe like lack of awareness of the problems, like just continually like going on with what we're doing without knowing that what you're doing is a problem. So I think that's, yeah, maybe like us being like stuck in our ways or something.
what's a skill you think everybody should know?
A skill I think everybody should know. Probably like how to feed ourselves, take care of ourselves,
Hmm.
shelter ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. What is something you would want the next generation to know?
something I want the next generation to know is kind of like that they have their own free will and their own power, kind of like really empower them to not fall for certain like things. Like for example, I was just getting into I don't even know if I want to get into it. Yeah, just like how easily, like, we give our consent away.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of things in our life that we do, we give consent to without
Mm-hmm.
really knowing
Mm-hmm.
or even taking the time to think about what we're consenting to.
Mm-hmm. Um, what do you look for in an ideal mate?
What do I look for in an ideal mate? I don't know. I like somebody who's like easygoing, kind of like social, funny, or at least that seems to be the type that I'm attracted to. Like pretty much the things that I'm not. But yeah, somebody who's like they're usually the person in the room that's like making everybody laugh or kind of getting everything started. And, you know.
Mm-hmm. Um, hmm. All righty, we're done. I was drawing it out. Okay, you ready for this? Nervous?
Ready?
Okay. So first off, we notice very easy that you're responding. So you are an introvert. Pretty much just stayed on like tasks, like never interjected really. Always ask us to clarify things like that. So that's gonna put you in the responding category. That eliminates 8 personality types. The first thing you said was design my approach to get money. Okay. That's gonna be systematic, okay? Design, systematic, obviously. Overcome negative patterns. That's gonna be abstract. Person I want to be and the person I am. That's SENI is what you want, what you desire. Person I want to be is not want to be, and you're talking about like not being in the right environment. Okay, so it's SENI again. You don't like authority too much. You didn't want to get too much into that, but you generally like your personal freedom. That's gonna be pragmatic. The cool thing you listed was able to reduce to production time by 50%. That's gonna be like TFI, and most likely use your NI in that to help you to aid you in there. Um, you talked about having trouble being in the moment. Um, and you say like you're always thinking about things in your head, um, and it might be something that you want or something you desire, and also the future. Okay, so that's gonna be SENI and abstract as well because you're thinking about the future there. That's gonna be indicative of someone who has low SE. Okay, performing in front of people is your kryptonite, is what you said. That's a hallmark for SE inferior. Okay, you're very interested in like astrology, typology, Taoism, all that type of thing. That's gonna be more in the philosophical things and the things like that area. That's gonna be more in the abstractions. And you talked about low consequential awareness. That's gonna be indicative of someone who has low NE, which is what any type who's strong in NI has. So with that being said, with all that there, it got you as an INTJ. Okay. What do you usually get on tests?
INTP.
Yeah. So you're INTJ. Um,
Mm.
very interesting. Oh yeah, by far your journey focus as well. Like you're on the journey of things. When you talk about things, you go through a journey. Um, so there's outcome versus journey. Um, so when you lay things out, you go in a journey format. You're just not listing outcomes. So yeah, INTJ. Shelly, you got anything you want to say?
No, I I'm talking back and forth via text.
Yeah. We communicate via text.
but you're also direct and not
Oh
formative,
yeah,
so
yeah,
which rules out INTP.
yeah. You're also direct. I just got responding, systematic, SENITI, FE, and abstract. It's INTJ. But yeah, and most likely your Enneagram's Enneagram 6. Okay. It's generally the hallmark for INTJs. So you probably be 6W5. Um, got any questions for us?
Yeah, so like when we have like an inferior category or whatever,
Inferior
like
function?
inferior function,
Mm-hmm.
do you think it's best to like spend your efforts trying to like strengthen what you already got or kind of strengthening your inferior functions?
I think, okay, so based off the Magic Diamond, Dario Nardi talks about bringing, because how he explains it is as though we have already completed a certain side of the diamond, which is your dominant function. And now it's time for you to complete the other side of the diamond, which would be your inferior function, and bringing them up to a better, bringing it up to a better level. So you kind of want to work on things that put you in the moment more, things like that. So you can bring that SE up to the NI, and then you'll have better outcomes. You'll have, you'll be able to use NI better. So that's what he talks about. And he also talks about growing the hero function as well. So, but I would definitely work on your SE inferior, because it's just gonna give you better things, because NI is gonna be a lot limited by the things that you've experienced. If you've experienced nothing, then your NI is not gonna be as great. The
Hmm.
more things you experience, the better your NI is gonna be.
Okay. And so, like you would say, where we have the like stronger functions is basically just like us using those things over and over again since like childhood, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much.
Well, we as humans, we take the path of least resistance, right? Take things that are easy. Things that come easy to us, we usually go for, and we complete that. So with you being an INTJ, you took NI, you ran with it. Okay, you ran with it. But that creates a hole of SE inferior, because you're
Mhm.
always thinking about the future. You have trouble being in the moment. When the moment hits, you make errors. You don't get things done in the moment, and then you're necessarily thinking about things you should have done that you're going to do next time because you failed so miserably. Um, so you want to work on being in the moment a little bit more, because that'll also make you a lot happier as a person, because you won't be thinking about, damn, next time I get in that mood, that moment, I'm gonna do this and this and that. You can't, you'll be replaying that back in your head.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then would you say like we usually attract people like that have the like stronger functions that we like are weak in?
Um, the attraction thing is totally different. Because I think like you gotta have somebody that you like, and like looks come into part. Like, let's be honest, if someone's ugly, you're most likely not gonna be interested in them. I don't give a fuck what the type is. But generally speaking, I do think we do attract um around people who are similar to us, you know, because we like
Hmm.
being around them. So you're an abstract type, so you would like to be around abstract people, because you don't want to just talk about meaningless details of life and stuff. That's boring. It's a waste of time. I don't want to talk about it. I do want to talk about ways to be the best, or ways that I can improve, or um, philosophies and stuff like that, and challenge other people's thinking. And usually speaking, that's usually going to be NTs for me, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Well, thank you guys.
absolutely wonderful. I wish you the best. Hope to see you around in the group. And what's your name again?
Sure now.
Sharnall. All right, Sharnall. Sharnall, your INTJ. It was absolutely wonderful. Thank you, and you have a great day. Shelly, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, it was nice to meet you. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Bye.